it for the man Grim. I think that's it. I think that's Fury.
That's
Fury
third
taking it in
place.
a 3-1. So yeah, that's there we're at, gamers. We're here now. We're gonna see Grim and Value, or not Grim. Sorry, we're gonna see Fury and Value again show off our match. Words are hard. English is a bit tricky.
Words are very difficult.
We're gonna see them come together and hopefully make something happen. So that'll be pretty good to watch and pretty cool to check out. Rematch time, and there's Tommy with the raid. Thank you so much, Tommy. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. Did you see Fury lose to Lapilis? It looks like you went out in a 3-1, Grim, but GG's. And definitely also, Grim, if I could ask you to hang around, congratulations on your third place. And after we finish out everything we're doing here, we're going to interview some of the players. So if you could hang out for that, I would appreciate it. We'll drag you in after we finish out these grand finals. So I think we're ready to start getting people summoned in. And somebody dropped a sub, so I appreciate that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be Value and Grim.
It's going to be so exciting. Oh my god.
He has to do something for like 5 minutes.
Who's that?
If you have a goal,
Fury
you might not reach
Okay.
it. But if you don't have one,
If you want, you
then
could
you
use
would
this
never
time to
disappoint.
interview Grim.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and
pretty
grab
good.
Grim. Let's go ahead and grab Grim in the VC. It shouldn't mess up any of the stuff that we have with webcams. If you want to go ahead and drag him in, Zonic, I would appreciate that.
Grim, join General 1. I'm again.
And we'll drag in Gamer. Hello.
Sup, Scrub Lords?
Grim, welcome in. First off, congratulations, third place.
Congrats,
You guaranteed yourself some money. That is nothing to shake your head at, man. You played really, really well today. You made it through a good chunk of that main bracket, and you obviously swept.
As well as I could with these fucking rules.
And yeah, you swept through a lot of the losers bracket. I noticed you just swapped between a couple different builds. You want to run us through kind of your main build setup and the different builds you swapped through and the thought process you had with those?
My first build was a dark build with like 22 strength and 18 dex.
Okay.
That was just for like a Great Lance ring attack, which I never fucking used, and Herald curved great swords weapon art.
Okay.
It's like it's a replacement for surprise gun deer out of say hit stun or neutral. But I never ended up using that once because I just stuck with Dragon Head Shield and Arbalest in my offhand.
Okay.
And do you think then that the arena that we chose in the wind-up influenced your choice of weapons, your choice of build, or do you think everything was pretty bog standard?
Well, I love the fact my bolts don't go through the floor like an old wolf, so I could actually get some mileage out of my 7 bolts.
Yeah.
So I definitely ran with crossbow, but I'm not sure if that worked that well considering how my opponents were running BKS, and also I didn't really get a chance to do anything. Yeah, these people have reaction times that are too fucking good. I can't fucking do this shit. I can't work full time and be the best at Dark Souls.
Hey man, it's okay.
Sure.
Being in the top
place
3
pretty
in the entire continent of North America is not anything to dip your head at. Definitely hold your head high. You played extremely well all the way through. I got the chance to watch your match with Fury and watch your match with Hackrish, and both of those you played really, really well. So again,
you're an exceptional player,
yeah,
Grim.
definitely.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
Fury actually can, so.
And yeah, it looks like Fury's here. So again, Grim, just go ahead and DM me your PayPal. I'll take care of getting you your ammunition fund. And again, congratulations, my friend. I appreciate you joining today.
Thank you. With this money, I will put it towards a double stack of 1911.
There we go. That's money well spent, my friend.
All right, I think we're pretty much ready to get going then.
I think we're pretty much here. So let me change really quick. Getting Fury in. There we go. And
good?
I am all set whenever you are, Enda. Looks like our players are in the wall and ready to go.
All right, on a 3, on a 2, and a 1 for this finals, Value versus Fury. Allez. gentlemen.
And there's the
That's
bomb
Vance.
in to start our first match in a sequence of possibly up to 9. We again see the the Blossom coming out from Value, and instead the Dark Pellet coming out from Fury to really try to counteract that. We do see a Sorting Board mirror, so Fury has decided not to go with Rotten Grew this matchup, and he's going to instead use the Sorting Board. So a little bit of chip damage comes onto Value, but nothing that's too crazy. The backswing comes out from Fury, trying to get Value to swing into that. Unfortunately, Value saw that and baited out around it. And now the running attack's going to come in to space out from each one another, and Fury finds himself in the corner but gets around it, throwing out 2 R1s. They're unable to land either. Then the R1 from Value as well, trying to land that, and there's a backstab. So a pivot comes out from Value to find 361 damage, and how's he going to find the backswing wake up? He's not, but now he's got that corner pressure. Decides not to take the corner pressure, and Fury gets out a little bit, and now Value's going to position himself to push Fury back in that corner. So really good positioning, strafes out the running attack to get a fully charged R2 for another 205 damage, 42 off the chip, and there's a backswing for 206. So again, the Value's finding those spots of aggression and really pushing off on it. And now we're going to see Value just kind of controlling the middle of the map as he did in the first set of 5 with Fury. And that's another 164 damage onto Fury. So Fury's still taking some damage through the chip there. Does find a backswing onto Value. So Value does finally take a hit this time around. Value's going to hit the purse and kind of just stay in the face of Fury. Is forced to roll out after that.
There's some really solid play here on behalf of Value there. That R2 to threaten the backstab pressure, your man has to roll or has to walk it. Like, at the end of the day, he just pushes him to another corner. Really smart play here from Value. Really, really solid. And again, the game played at its highest level. Absolutely exceptional play here from both of them.
Yeah, and that no doubt the game is being played at the highest level. Really good block from Value to set up an R1 and ended a backswing is there, 656 damage, but is going to find Fury putting himself a little bit of pressure to try to get out of that, but actually gets pushed back onto him, and now Fury is extremely low, and here's the shivs from Value, knowing that all this damage is permanent. These shivs are actually worth quite a lot. 6 more damage comes in, and now Value sees that Fury's going to try to aggress off that and backs up instead. The blocks come out for the shivs. Really good play. That one does get through, though, and we're actually going to see, is that an off stock come out? And it is, but not able to get it, and Value is going to take this for a 1-0 lead in this best of 9.
Man, that was... I don't know if that's necessarily one-sided per se, but I feel like Value really outplayed Fury there, like to a high degree.
Yeah.
Like he bullied him from one end of the arena to the other in a Sorting Board mirror, which says an awful lot. I don't know if it's nerves here, although we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and that's like you said, it's we saw the it was a pretty neutral match up until Value saw the opportunity. Fury was just kind of walking forward with his shield up, and that's a really good opportunity to pivot somebody is when they're walking towards you and kind of keeping that momentum. Momentum is really important in backstabs. Value saw that and just quickly got around him and backstabbed him. Fury didn't see the pivot coming, and he executed it perfectly. And what that did, and for one, it did a lot of damage and kind of gave him pressure, right? But also, like you mentioned, he strafed for that running attack. That leaves Fury in a situation, knowing that Value has the ability to backstab him, has the skill to backstab him, and is in the position to, it forces Fury to roll that. So instead of going for the backstab, giving Fury the opportunity to get away, he instead charges an R2, knowing that Fury is going to roll and knowing he's going to catch him. So we also saw some really, really good spacing come out from Value. We saw him block the first attack, and then actually, because he was on the max range of Gotthard's, he got the chance to punish before the backswing came through, which my good friend Value calls that Value tech, but definitely was really, really cool to see. And looks like both of our contestants are getting summoned back now. Any final words on that first match, Enda?
I honestly think though, once Value has an amazing way of like feeling it out. It's very flowy fighting him, wherein it's an awful lot of back and forths, waiting for the whiff and then to come in.
Right.
But I think that we'll let the fights speak for themselves, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And on a 3, on a 2, and on a 1. Allez, gentlemen. Allez.
And there's the bomb in for our second match, and we're going to see kind of the same thing coming out here from these players. The Sorting Board mirror, fully optimal dark armor is Fury, and Value on his regular fashion. So 2 hits come out for Fury, or for Value onto Fury. The R2 from Fury, they're trying to catch Value. Value able to walk away from that, and now setting up these R1s to try to take the pressure back onto Fury. Value still trying to find this pressure, and there's going to be a trade out. Actually, trades in favor, due to that armor difference, the trade is in favor of Fury there. So Value takes a little bit more damage. damage, but is able to find the pressure still and keep Fury pushed in these corners. The running attack comes out, unable to really find it too much there, and now, you know, Fury's really trying to find a way to get into the face of Value, and Value's not making that very easy. These R1s come out, there's a really good setup for the backswing there, is able to find that, and now the pressure moves forward, goes for the whiff punish, unable to land it. The rolling attack comes out from Fury. Value forced to block that and then space out for any future attacks. Fury takes that time to get himself out of the corner, but Value quick to position to push him in the corner again. There's a backswing, 179 damage comes out, and actually doesn't take that backswing, hoping that the roll attack's going to come up from Fury. But again, we get into this mental gymnastics there, but there's going to be 2 R1s right there. 358 damage comes out, and then the block, 106 damage through chip. That is not something to shake your head at. 179 on the roll catch. Now keeps the pressure moving forward. Excellent spacing out that rolling attack. Goes for the backswing, unable to land it. There's the running attack from Fury. And now Value still wins that trade though. And now Fury extremely low, forced to back off. And now he's going to try to just throw these R1s out to keep him away. And there's the roll catch. The backswing for the roll catch. Value going up 2-0 in this best of 9.
Oh my word. Oh man. Ooh, my heart's in my chest, lads. I don't know how this went. I didn't know. That was, oh man, that was incredible. Absolutely incredible play there. Yet again, I don't know. I have a strange feeling fatigue is playing an awful lot of a problem.
I think so. I think so.
He's been playing for hours and playing at a very high level.
Yes.
So listen, I wouldn't take it away from him. You know.
Yeah, and you know, when we talked about this earlier with the tournament being as long as it is, you know, we're over 6 hours in, and these players have been here. They were dueling when I was getting everything set up at like 11 a.m. my time. They were in the session like dueling, and they were fighting each other and getting ready for this tournament. So, you know, we're reaching 7 p.m. my time, and you know that's 10 hours that they've just been fighting and playing the game. So I'm sure fatigue. Yeah, I'm sure fatigue is playing in. But again, even with the fatigue that we're seeing, I mean, Fury's still playing exceptionally well. Value just able to find those couple little things to edge through it.
And just as well remember, like, these guys make it look easy.
Yes.
It ain't easy.
It's not.
I'm sorry to break it to you. It's kind of hard, in fact. But I'm really...
A little bit tricky.
I mean, like, just to hold your composure, like, honest to goodness. All right, I think both of these guys are setting their corners.
And we are set and ready to go. So looks like Value is in the wall, ready to go. Fury's close enough, and looks like they're ready to start this out.
And I'm ready to go, and that's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 1. Allez, gents.
And there's the bomb in. Again, we see actually opting out for the stamina this time is Fury to not go with the dark pellet there. And the R1's coming out from Value. Excellent strafing around those from Fury, knowing that Value's going to try to get those backswings and keep that corner pressure. Fury takes that and instead walks around him and keeps the pressure moving forward. The running attack comes out from Fury, but spaced out by Value. There's an R1 to find it. The stagger comes in for the backswing and a roll catch. And now the trade comes in, but health still well in favor of Value. Of course, he's going to try to trade out of that. Fury knows that, gets out of the way, and puts himself back in this corner. So there's the R1, not able to land too much, gets the roll catch. However, Value comes in with another bit of damage through that chip. So what started as 100 damage through a roll catch ends up over 200 with that chip damage added in. And now we're going to see Fury throwing these R1s out, trying to push Value back, but this gives Value the opportunity to keep this pressure in. Good reaction there from Fury to try to catch Value's rolling attack, but now Value's the one in the corner. Fury not able to keep the pressure out, but there's going to be an R1 not able to land the backswing, unfortunately. Goes for a roll catch and isn't going to leave him in a position to keep the pressure forward, but Value now on the Expo here trying to keep it forward. There's going to be the chip coming through. Fury tries to punish it. Value able to roll away. The R1 still coming in from Fury here trying to keep that pressure alive. So though he's at a lower health, he does not keep the foot off the gas and keeps moving forward.
That pressure that Value is putting on there is absolutely insane, especially on Sword and Board, especially in this arena. My God, like, at least in Old Wolf, you have, like, that area constraint, right? Whereas in this, it's a square. Like, to be able to put someone in a corner and keep them there that consistently throughout the fight is, like, it's really exceptional play here on behalf. This is the game at its best.
Oh, and there's going to be an R1 in favor of Value there. Not able to land a backswing outside of that, just the guaranteed 2 R1s, and that's going to allow Fury to get a little bit more pressure forward. But Value there with the rolling attack. So really, really good read, knowing that Fury's going to stay around to try to roll catch something, and instead uses that to find a little bit of damage. 64 damage comes through the chip through to Value from Fury's straight sword, and now Fury's trying to find a way to aggress Value. Again, I'm going to keep pointing out, Value's positioning here is absolutely impeccable. He's staying in the middle of the map. He's forcing Fury to run from corner to corner, from wall to wall. He's not giving him any bit of room. He's holding down the center of the map, and every time Fury tries to move forward, he catches an R1, and this is probably going to be the chip to call it out. Fury forced to roll because of that. There's the R1, almost lands, but doesn't get quite the backswing there, and we're going to see Fury walk forward, and now Fury's going to set up a little bit of damage of his own. Reads out the running attack there. Block comes up for the bolt. Unfortunate Valley's going to miss, but there's going to be the R1 for the last 15 damage needed. Value up 3-0 in the best of 9.
Damn, dude. Honest to goodness, just like keeping that pressure on. Like, I think someone in chat pointed out that, like, Value's just moving. He just, it's at ease. It's just an easy movement. That's all it is. He's just playing the freaking game at this point.
Yeah, and
whereas, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's like compared to Fury, who's probably wrecked, exhausted, and as well as that, like, I don't even know. Like, how do you talk about this? Like, it's insane.
Yeah,
he's just dominating the entire fight.
And that, you know, it's one of the things is, like I said, I'm trying to break this down into more of looking at, you know, why these things are happening. And Value's positioning is really what the highlight of this is for me, is because Value's doing a really good job of, he's controlling the center of that map. He's not letting Fury get the opportunity to get the pressure to push him in a corner. And when Fury tries to do that, he just hits him. And Value's spacing right now is like, the man had to pop some Adderall before this fight, because his spacing is down to millimeters. Like, he is basically inside the hitbox, but able to not get hit by it to guarantee those whiff punishes. So to try to aggress that, and Value just, you know, keeping that pressure, and like you mentioned, Value's doing an excellent job of keeping pressure with Sword and Board. Sword and Board, not a weapon that's super easy or known for the ability to pressure, and Value is just insane pressure that comes out from Value here.
It's an exceptional zoning tool, the ability to, like, push your opponent to put them where you want them.
Right.
You know, it's pretty up there, like, as a main strategy. It's one of the things that makes Sword and Board so useful in, say, like, Old Wolf. And even here, like, we're seeing it, like, that ability to bully someone, especially when you're comfortable. And out comes the Rotten Grew.
And we're gonna see Fury. Fury is done with the Sword and Board mirror. He's given 3 matches. He wants to go to Rotten Grew. We actually see the Morin Blade come out to really try to min-max any bit of damage that he's going to get off of that.
Well, I think we're ready to rock and roll, aren't we?
I think so.
All right, gentlemen. On a 3, on a 2, and a 1. Allez!
And there's the bomb in. And again, we just see the Blossoms come out from each side here, and Fury trying to find a way in. He does find the running attack, 197 damage onto Value. Value backing up now, trying to find a way to aggress this Rotten Grew. Goes in for the running attack of his own, but Fury able to see that and get out of the way. And now Fury, the one actually controlling the map here, finds an R1, chains it into another. 412 damage comes out on that Rotten Grew. Walks forward, actually backs up, hoping that Value takes some bait, but really good whiff punish comes out from Fury there, and Value's forced back against the wall. So Fury doing a really, really good job now of keeping that pressure forward now that he's on the Rotten Grew. And let's see how he's able to continue this pressure. So Value's able to found himself in the beginning, and again that discipline comes out from Value. 3 different waggles, waits for the R1 and rolls it out. But still found in a little bit of damage there, and does finally find a backswing onto Fury. Rolls in. I'm not sure if that was a missed input or not, but Fury tries to capitalize on it. Value able to get away, and now Value still able to keep positioning, but his health is so low he's not going to be able to leverage that positioning, as now we see him just throwing these R1s out. Tries to bait Fury into a whiff punish. Fury's able to see it and get away. So Fury really swapped weapons and really came out on a new mind here, and we see 2 R1s come in favor of Value, and now Value's trying to get in and punish this Rotten Grew.
It's a super close one. Again, like, Value's getting a little bit more beat up here. I think it's just that Fury is an awful lot more confident on a CS now than he is in S&B. It definitely seems to be the case. I'm not sure what the idea was behind mirroring the S&B. Maybe to feel him out a little bit more, maybe the change up. But damn, that's damage. And then oh my god!
And he actually
going to put him away.
And he goes for that trade. So Value takes a trade, loses it, and goes for the trade anyways, then forces Fury back. And we're to see these backswings slowly chip Fury down. Value's 1 R1 away from death at this point, and he's the one controlling the map here. So again, the position is insane, but there's the running attack coming out from Fury, and Fury's going to pick one up of his own for a 1-3 in this best of 9.
I think the switching back to CS was the play here for Fury, to be honest with you. He seems so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
So much more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I think that Curve Sword's allowing him here is that it's a lot easier to set up those whiff punishes. It's a lot easier to keep that pressure away from you. Oftentimes with a curved sword, you can just kind of walk forward with it, and the other person's forced to play around that. So Fury's able to leverage that and really try to close the distance onto Value. So again, we see Value takes the first 3 when it's a sword and board mirror, but now that the Rotten Cruisin', Fury actually not only does a lot better in the match, but actually finds a win in that, and we'll see how Value is able to kind of counter that Rotten Grew throughout.
This is going to be really exciting to see where we go from here. He's probably going to stay on CS? I'd be really shocked.
I would be shocked if he swaps off. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see him come out with the sword and board mirror, and surprised it took him up to the 4th round to actually swap off of it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be kicking himself. He's put himself in this position for sure. Like yeah, oof. It's from watching it from here. It seems like I'm watching a completely different player, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you.
No, absolutely. And I actually kind of feel the same. The pressure that Value is putting on was nowhere near what we saw when it was a sword and board mirror. So I think also Value is probably a little more comfortable in the sword and board mirror. So not only do we see a less comfortable Fury, we saw a more comfortable Value. So now that we're seeing kind of it go back to more level ground of equal comfort on each weapon and against the matchup, it makes these matches a lot closer, and it's forcing Value now to really take that next step to try to close out these last 2 wins.
A cautious play here is going to be the way that's going to win Value, because you cannot aggress in it, even if it's the shorter CS.
Right.
Like it's not the worst CS. Obviously, Painted Guardians exist. It's listen.
Right.
But you still can't be overly aggressive. You'll get clipped in on those advances. If you overextend your pressure, they're just going to punish you. You just have to be so careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So careful.
All right,
Okay.
It looks like, looks like we can jump over. We do have both players in. They're getting all set up and ready to go, and it looks like they are on their respective wall.
And I think we're ready to go then on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. LA, gents.
And there it is right there. So we do see Fury going for the pellet this time as opposed to the Blossom that we seen him use last time. Value reading that strafe and nearly landing a backstab off of it. Fury able to see that and get out of the way, and Value's kind of just going back to controlling the center of this map and trying to aggress from there. Fury playing the back foot here, trying to find a way in. The running attack is going to get punished by a backswing, but he's going to find a running attack of his own and a roll catch. The roll poise saves Value there, and he's actually able to leverage that to land a rolling attack as well. So again, we see Fury in the corner and Value controlling the map, even though the health is pretty even at this point. The running attack continuing to come out from Fury, but he's not going to be able to get away from that straight sword. That's going to leave him for an R1 and then a backswing. And now we see, Fury's trying to take this pressure now and try to flip it back around, moving a little bit closer to the middle of the map. And now we see Value trying to find a way in as well. Each player dancing back and forth in this dance that Enda likes to mention so many times is really alive right now. The R1 comes out for a running attack from Value, throws the R1 in as well. He's actually going to find that one. One R1 comes in, but not able to land any other backswing off of that. And now Fury got him in the corner trying to push the pressure off of there. The R1's coming out from Value. Value really trying to get out of this corner scot-free. Goes in for the R1, trying to set up for a backswing there, but Fury's able to get away, and now Fury trying to find a way in with this curved sword. Is he going to be able to punish Value here? Value's going to throw out the R1 behind him. He's going to get punished by a running attack. Excellent read from Fury there to see that Value is going to dead angle that behind and leave him open for an attack. And now we're going to see throughout these exchanges, Fury finds himself in the back, and he's actually going to be wiggling, trying to get the roll catch here, but doesn't take it. Does force the roll, but wasn't able to actually force it. And there's another forced roll that he doesn't actually do anything with. So really curious what this play style is looking like right now and what Fury has in mind. There's the running attack out, and that's going to lead to a trade in favor of Fury. Fury's going to try to keep that trade going. Value knows better. There's the running attack from Value, punished by the curved sword from Fury. Fury's going to find one R1, unable to land the roll catch though, and now Value's going to push his way out of the corner with those R1s. Fury trying to get in there. Got Value going for a pivot, but Fury seeing that, forcing him to roll out. There's one R1, does not land the backswing, trying to dead angle behind and bait him in, but Fury sees it and backs up. And now we're going to see back to neutral here in this middle part of the map, and that's going to force Fury over to the wall, trying to find his way back in. Value trying to push forward with this SMB to really keep the pressure moving. R1's coming out there, doesn't find the backswing, but he's going to push forward. The block comes through on Rotten Grew, does not get guard broke, but still 284 damage through chip. The chip damage is extremely excessive against that weapon, apparently, with this trade, so that's going to be one R1 there, landing from Value. Now Value's going to take 2 R1s of his own, forced to back up, trying to find a way in now. Each player is one hit away. What is going to be happening? There's a running attack in from Fury, and that's going to be it. That's going to be a 2-3 Fury to Value.
Damn. Value was playing super careful there until the end, and then Fury got his claws in and did not let him go there until the end. That was like, whew.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you had brought up last time was that, you know, the passive aggressiveness that you need to have in this matchup and on this arena. And what happened there is Value just got a little bit too aggressive. Fury was one hit away. Value got a little bit too greedy, and he just wasn't passive enough with that burst of aggression and just overstayed as long. And just lingered a little bit too long, then that led Fury to land those 2R1s that led to that final trade. And even then...
turned it around.
Yeah, it's... You know, you got to think on red tier stones that even, albeit it's a Dark Rot and Grew, it's still going to hit pretty hard on red tier stones. And we saw, you know, just the 2R1s there chipped out, you know, almost a quarter of Value's health, pushing him then just to that 1R1 away.
Yeah, and when you're on that last hit as well, I've noticed that playing against these really good players, they become so careful, like impossibly careful. It's really, really rough to try and like put someone away who actually understands how the game is played. Like, you can corner pressure them all you want, they're gonna just sit there and wait for that whiff, and they're gonna put you to town with like red tier stone, with, you know, Marian Blade. It's like, it's gonna be a messy one. Now into your corners, lads. Go into your corners. What are they looking at?
I'm not sure.
Are they is everything okay?
I'm wondering if it's not. Can he lock onto me or something? Is that what he's trying to tell us?
I'm not sure. They should not be able to. Alright. And on a 3, on a 2, and on a 1. Gentlemen, LA.
And there's the bomb in, so Value might be tabbed here. I'm not sure. Looks like Fury's going to be a gentleman and wait for him to come back. And let's go ahead and reset that and just throw the bomb
reset
again.
That one. Yeah, no worries.
And
on
it
a
looks
3,
like they are all back and ready.
Yeah. On a 3, on a 2, and a 1, and a go. Woo!
And there's the bomb in. So again, we see the Blossom. Actually, the pellet comes out from Value now. So pellet on both sides, I think, is what we saw Fury use there. The running attack comes out, unable to punish that. Value trying to get in on this curved sword, but again, it's going to be quite the feat, especially against Fury. Trying to find the way in, throws out some running attacks. Fury doesn't take the damage and instead just wiggles a little bit, but that... Again, that discipline from Value is just showing more and more here. Puts up the shield, blocks the attack, again blocking the attack, rolling out the next, and now Fury's trying to take that pressure. The spacing from Value, absolutely impeccable there. Fury trying to force a roll here, playing extremely passive, almost not going unless he can force a roll, and that's going to lead him to getting a false backstab, and Value trying to punish that. Running attack comes in, Value with the roll, blocking up in case of the other attacks, and now the pressure comes in for Value. Value's trying to find a way in, but Fury quick to turn it back around and try to land an R1 of his own, and now Value's the one that's kind of forced up against this wall and forced in the corner. Really good patience coming out from both Fury and Value. Fury making a really good job mixing this up. There comes the trade, and Fury is going to try to go for it again. Value forced to roll there. The ring swap comes out for Fury, really trying to min-max as much as he can. You only do get 1 health bar. He's trying to make the most of it. As we now see Value trying to find a way in. Perhaps was looking for a pivot opportunity, but instead just runs away. The running attack comes in, though, 134 damage. Not free, but pretty darn close, as Fury just kind of eats it and then tries to go in for some type of punish there. Under 93 damage, comes out for the backswing from Value, and Value now trying to find a way to keep this pressure moving forward. And there's the Rotten Grew, not able to roll that one though, but able to get out of the second hit. So another R1 comes in favor of Fury as they continue this pressure forward, but Value right back to the middle of the map trying to force Fury back. R1 comes in off the running attack, not able to find it. 1 R1 from neutral. Now he's able to find that. So Fury just kind of forces himself. He's trying to use his only reactive play style, and that allows Value to find an R1 there. And there's another one, 193 damage off of that one. Almost half of Fury's health is now completely gone. Fury trying to run an excellent spacing from Value, getting right in and trying to punish, but Fury not able to get too aggressive and back off of that. And now back to neutral.
Both of these players are playing exceptionally careful now. They know they have to. There's so much to play for. Oh, but Value decides to go. He is expecting Fury to try and go for a roll catch, and he punishes it. Tries to punish, but ends up getting clipped, which is not a place you want to be in. Not, especially not when a CS main is directly in your face.
And the point-blank Expo actually loads it up in Fury's face and then just shoots it right at him and forces Fury to block and not be able to aggress that. Here's going to be the Perseverance. Value's going to find some damage off of that, but the Perseverance is going to come through. Does he find the roll catch to continue this Vortex? Just two hits of damage and is leaving it there. So now Value's on this Expo. That's going to be some damage right there. And now Fury really put back on the back foot here. Both players pretty low, trying to find a way in. So it's going to be a manage of trying to manage the Perseverance from Fury here. Value's trying to find a way into that, but not quite able to aggress it too much. And here's going to be the Expo to come out. The Perseverance comes out, goes for the roll catch and lands it. Unable to find the continuation though, as now Value's in the corner. There's the backswing off a curved sword, and that's going to be Fury with a 3-3 comeback.
Damn, are we going to see a proper turnaround on this one?
He very well might.
This might go to the full 9. This might do it.
Well, you got to remember, Value hasn't lost an actual match yet. So assuming that Fury wins this, we have another best of 9.
That is true. Damn.
Yeah, it's gonna put us, you know, and again, guys, the reason that I had a lot of this stuff set up for best of 5s up to these last matches is because the way that this can go and asking the players to play this many matches. So, you know, if Fury's able to close this out, each player only needs 2 wins now. Fury's able to bring it back entirely. Very interesting to see that as soon as he swapped to Curve Sword, he hasn't lost yet. So I'm not sure what happened in the losers bracket that forced him to play this Curve Sword a little bit differently, but you know, from losing against Value with the Curve Sword versus the Sword and Board in the first part of the semifinals, and now in the actual finals is, you know, put in this situation of able to actually find the damage he needs with the Curve Sword and really punish the Sword and Board of Value.
Yeah, it's again, like, nerves have to play such a massive factor in all of this. Like, again, there's a considerable amount of money on the line. You have the pressure of the people watching you. You have us talking our smack that we usually do.
Exactly.
You know, LB. Like,
exactly.
I can imagine the pressure is pretty high here on both of them. And Fury has won how many tourneys?
I don't know the number off my head, but I think it's quite a few.
It is a considerable amount of tourneys that he has under his belt. He has the experience. He knows how to deal with nerves. Like, he has it in his back pocket. He can always rely on that experience. And even Value, like, Value is an incredibly good player, but yeah, you know, we're gonna have to see how this next round goes.
Yeah.
So are we ready to go?
It looks like we are ready to go. Each player's in their wall, and let's see how this one plays out.
A 3 and a 2 and a 1 and LA, go.
And there's the bomb right there. Again, we see the players just getting their buffs on and moving towards one another. Value trying to find a way in with this straight sword, throwing out an R1, forcing Fury to actually roll that. And here comes the R1. So Value's playing a little bit more aggressive this time around. Perhaps he's wanting to find a way to continue this aggression. He actually finds 2 R1s off the bat, putting Fury now at the negative part. And there's going to be one bolt comes out from Value there for a little bit of chip damage onto Fury. Fury's able to get that shield out pretty quick, though, and counteract a lot of that damage. But there's the backswing in from Value. Value doesn't find the next one. Instead gets punished by the Curve Sword. There's 2 R1s able to keep the block up and does get roll caught, however, and now he's pushed back into this corner. He's going to try to aggress out. The Curve Sword's there to keep the damage up, though, and now Value actually just immediately runs back in and tries to pressure and finds it. There's an R1, unable to actually land the third backswing, but does land the first 2 bits of guaranteed damage. And now we're going to see excellent spacing comes out from Value there to get around that Curve Sword and trying to push Fury from corner to corner. And we kind of see the same thing playing out where Value gets hit a little bit and just takes that damage and tries to throw it right back to Fury. And there's that Expo comes out again, and unfortunately not able to land that. I believe that's the 3rd bolt we've seen him use this match. And we're going to see him again just try to keep this pressure forward on the S&B. The Perseverance now comes out, forced to roll, though, doesn't want to give up any too much damage. There's the block on that. 61 chip damage does come in favor of Fury. And now Value trying to find this damage forward, able to roll around the Rotten Grew very, very well and trying to still be around to punish it. But now Fury's just walking up, forcing Value to back up. Again, just the presence of that Curve Sword, it can be very, very intimidating. Value able to space out that attack and try to go forward. Forced to roll that one, though. Excellent read by him and really good reaction. Trying to land the backswing there, but Fury's able to see it and get away. And there's the R1. Value able to roll through that and continue moving forward now, trying to keep Fury in the corners as much as possible. But Fury's not really letting that happen. Really good dead angle from Value. Unable to capitalize on Fury going for the whiff punish, though. The block comes in. There's the R1 from Fury off of that running attack, and Value now with the Expo out, and there's a little bit of damage there, but the trade's going to come in favor of that, and there's going to be a point blank Expo bolt, and that's going to be an extra little bit of damage and keep the pressure off of him.
The bravery of facing against a CS. It doesn't even matter. Oh, he's so low. He's taken so much damage there from that entire exchange. He's going to be sweating, and out comes the Dragon Head nearly puts him away. He's on his last legs. He's running on fumes right now, but he still
and the chip damage is going to do it. So that's Fury with a 4-3 lead now over Value.
Is it going to go the whole way? Are we going to see the next one?
We very well might.
Oh my god. Fury comeback is actually real. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's... yeah. You know, one of the things that we've kind of continued to talk about over this tournament is just like when you're at this level of play, like the windows of opportunity are so incredibly small, and their ability to open up those windows, like Fury using that Perseverance and continuing to kind of knowing that Value is going to trade out of that because Value is going to get the priority, just taking that information that he knows is going to happen, uses another person, just gets more damage out. Like it really forces Value then to play on the back foot, and Value tried to keep the aggression up, but the Dragon Head shield, just the chip damage was too much to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. But we're getting value in now. We should have Fury in just a moment. Let's see. Let's see. Fury's on his way in. What I'm looking at here. Excellent, excellent. 4-3, isn't it?
It is. It is 4-3 at the moment in favor of Fury. So really curious to see how this is going to go. This is going to be match point for Fury to push value into that final round, or we'll perhaps see value now on his comeback.
We'll just have to wait and see. Again, there's going to be an awful lot of pressure here on value, but it seems that something's clicked with Fury. He's kind of figured something out, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, gentlemen. On a 3, on a 2, on a 1, LA.
And there's the bomb in. Each player ready to go here. Value just immediately goes up and tries to get a cheeky backstab. Fury able to see it and get out of the way. And now Value is trying to keep this pressure forward. But again, that Rotten Grew is doing a really good job of keeping him back. There's the R1, goes in for the whiff, punishes the side of Fury. Fury really trying to find the damage in. Value is able to roll that out and now reset back to neutral here to an extent and try to get in. Keeping that shield up, knowing that at any minute that running attack or just that neutral R1 can come out. There's the Perseverance now. Trying to actually punish that roll was Value and doing a really good job of that. Kind of wastes the entire Perseverance use there and tries to find an R1 there from the straight sword, unable to land it. There's the block comes out to counter out that Rotten Grew curve sword and able to roll out the rest of it. So now we see Fury in a position of kind of controlling the map here a little bit. Value setting up some dead angles trying to go. Fury tries to find a way in, but the backswing comes in from Value. 154 damage on that side in favor of Value. Value's trying to find something forward here. There comes the R1 trying to set up for a backswing, but unable to actually land it. Fury does a really good job of baiting out which direction he's going to roll and then going the other direction, forcing Value to miss the backswing entirely. Value kind of forced to roll there, but Fury unable to actually land it. When he goes for the second one, Value able to react to that without an issue. So there's the running attack coming, excellently spaced out from Value now. Value's trying to keep this pressure forward. There's the R1 from the Rotten Grew. Value able to dead angle behind him, baits out the running attack, unable to actually land it. Fury now kind of pushed up against the wall, but Value's in a backup, get a ring swap over, and try to really maximize this as much as possible.
Yeah,
running attack comes in.
Particularly conservatively here, like really conservatively, trying to bait something out. But Fury's given him very little to play with here, because the constant risk of that CS coming out with just an R1 with a light attack and just going to town after the fact is just so rough. But he catches him with the backswing again. Ooh, this is going to be a rough one now. What do you think, LB?
Well, we see those backswings come out and a lot of chip damage come to Fury. So now it's going to be a matter of Fury on those tier store rings. Is Value going to be able to close this one out, or is that damage just going to melt through the remaining bit of his health bar? And we, like you mentioned, he's doing a lot of setup stuff here as the side of Value, and Value's just really trying to find this. A fully cooked R2 and it lands! 328 damage! Value levels this out to a 4-4.
4-4 match point. Holy crap.
What an R2. The confidence to go for a fully charged R2. I mean,
the CS.
That was
while it's in your face.
While it's in your face.
Crap.
And you know, again, we talk about these mental gymnastics. Perhaps he knew that Fury knows that Value's never gonna do that. So, you know, it's a matter of you know, if he's like, okay, if he thinks I'll never do this, maybe it will work. And it looks like maybe it did. But that was quite the R2, I gotta say. And it was charged up long enough that it took the remaining bit of health. It was a 328 damage, I think we saw in that R2.
Yeah, that was insane. Like, absolutely nuts. So, and caught him in the roll as well, wasn't it? It was a full-on roll catch with it.
Full-on roll catch with the R2.
Absolutely nuts. I mean, like, you couldn't write this shit, to be honest. I'm gonna level with you, like.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's you know, and like I said, you know, you're getting to this level of play that really forces these players to play this mental game, and the mind games are so real at this point and at this level of play, and at that one, Value just happened to edge out that little bit of mind game to force that roll and land that R2.
I mean, if you told someone, like, you know, I'm gonna R2 within head pat distance, you know, they'd say you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, excuse my language, but like, God Almighty, what are you doing?
Right.
And it worked. Damn.
Like I said, it comes down, I think, to just a level of mind games that, you know, Value knew that Fury knew that Value would never do that, and that allows him to do that. And it was just.
But what if he knew that he knew?
Exactly.
That's
they're a lot better at these mind games than I am. That's for sure. That's for certain. And yeah, that's quite an R2 there to finish that one out. But yeah, 4-4. Forcing this 9th match And I'm really curious actually to see if Value's going to come back and clutch this one out and go, compete the entire tournament without dropping a match, or if we are going to get forced to that second best of 9 between Value and Fury.
You know what? He was playing so confidently that round. In all fairness, he could do it. He could very well do it. It's within the realms of possibility right now that he could pull it off. But Fury, given everything I've seen so far, it's hard to tell. It's legitimately hard to tell.
Yeah, and I think it's just gonna, these type of these type of the overall matches come down to a round thing, and each round, each player is just gonna do that one little mistake or not, and that's really what's gonna separate it. So we see this 4-4 match point. Both players are in. Looks like we do see the Rotten Brew still from Fury, and the Sorting Board still from Value.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want no gouging, no biting, no blows beneath the belt. Nice clean fight. LA.
And here's the bomb in for our match point. So again, we see the Rotten Brew. Value just immediately out, but almost gets whiff punished on that Rotten Brew. Value, he's eager to get this win. He wants to be done with this tournament. He gets to be able to force out the running attack, blocks it up there. Fury trying to find a way in, but Value's able to get around that. The running attack from Value comes out there as well. Value now trying to find a way in to keep the pressure away from him on this curve sword. Goes for the backstab. Really good bait out from Fury. Fury's going to trade with the backswing. Does a really good stagger, but Value just puts his shield up and ignores it. So health is still in favor of Fury. Fury actually able to swap a ring around to maximize on what little health he has left here still. And now we're going to see these R1s coming out from Value, trying to flip this pressure back around. Value now cannot afford to make really any trades with this curve sword, given the health is already lower and the curve sword frame priority. And let's see how they're going to keep going forward. The R1 comes out from Fury, almost catches it as the side of Value, almost sets up the backswing, unable to land that. And they're going to keep moving forward here. The R1s come out, the backswing almost lands, and Fury's going to go, and he has a guard break, but he doesn't get the repost. Instead, fits it into 1,004 damage off of that vortex. And now he's forcing the roll. Value's able to walk back now and just kind of catch his breath, find his footing, but Fury's not going to let him do that. He's immediately on him and trying to keep him away. And let's see if they're able to get this. The R1's now coming out from Value. Value's able to find 2 and goes for the punish. He actually does find it. He's actually see a little bit of a fat roll coming out here, and Fury's going to try to capitalize on it. The running attack comes in, and there's the backswing there. Fury's going to take this in a 5-4 victory, forcing our final match.
Oh my word. The reset. God. Damn.
Hey, LVU, did you get the tournament you wanted?
I think we got the tournament we wanted.
Holy shit. That's all I gotta say.
That is a 5-4 and now putting us towards this second set of 9 matches now. So Fury is the first one to force Value to drop a match, and Value drops it in those grand finals. So now we'll see. There is no more second match now for Value. He's had his one death and he's lost it, and same with Fury. So I think it's fitting that Value is the one that cost Fury his one match, and Fury's the one that cost Value it, and it's fitting that they get to fight in this very last final.
Well, I mean, it's a best of 3 for rounds, right? So I mean, damn, this is going to be insane. I don't even want to know what's going through Value's head right now.
I mean, both of these players, I think. What set that last match was just Fury. Value made that one small mistake. He didn't manage his stamina that well, and he went for the block, and that forced Fury to drop in over 1,000 damage. And with these little bits of chip that we see, when you take 1,000 damage, it doesn't leave you with very much when you've kind of taken those couple trades already, and kind of pushed him out to, like I said, I think that ring swap from Value that caused him to fat roll probably was the last thing that cost him the match. But realistically, the stamina management is what really lost him that match. The
stamina management there, that guard break was just. That's if something was going to catch him, that's going to be the thing that's going to turn the match around. And they're both playing so aggressively. I'm genuinely not used to it. I'm not used to watching this level of aggression with this amount of money on the line, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to crack on with this one, I think. Gentlemen, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Let's go.
All right, reset back to zeros now for a brand new best of 9, and let's see how they're going to find this. So this time I assume Fury's going to stay on the groove the whole time. The punish comes out on the running attack, though, from Value. Value finds 2 R1s, but unable to land the backswing here. Value now trying to find a way to aggress Fury. Fury kind of left at Walmart there, but able to get away but without too much damage off of that. But the backswing comes out from Value. Goes for the roll catch there is this side of Fury. Now Value's throwing out some R1s, trying to keep him away so he can get away from this roll. Excellent roll against the wall there to avoid getting hit by that curve sword. He gets hit by that curve sword a large amount amount of his health's going to go because of his positioning, and he's actually able to flip that around. But there's the R1s coming out from Fury, trying to keep him back. The backswing comes in from Value. Value able to keep that pressure forward and just slowly chip down through these backswings. And let's see how Fury's able to kind of counteract that. Fury's still now going from wall to wall here, trying to find a way through, goes for the R1. Value able to roll that out, though. Again, the reactions and the discipline extremely good when that curve sword's in his face to just be calm and take that roll. And there's the backswing there, 193 damage. Again, these backswings just chipping through. Goes for another backswing there, decides not to trade with the running attack, and just saves his health and backs up a little bit. Tries to run in for a little pivot there, but Fury able to see that and pushes Value back. Value able to retake the center of the map, though, and there's going to be the R1s coming out from Fury. Fury goes for the third R1 instead of a stagger. Value able to reaction that without an issue. The block comes in now from Value, able to reaction the next R1 without an issue. And now again we see the positioning coming in favor of Fury. Fury controlling that map, but there's a backswing from Value. Goes to try to train it into a running attack, unable to. So Value now going for the R1, actually finds it. Unable to find the backswing though, but he keeps going forward, assuming that whiff punish comes out. And Fury just able to read it again. The high level of mind games here is insane. Fury able to see that and just get away from it without able to get hated by it. And now we're going to see Value just trying to finish this out and keep this match forward. And again,
I think Value has found a much better, he's found a better flow for this fight. He's playing an awful lot more confidently, even though he can't necessarily bully the CS player as much as he would probably like to. But damn, this is this exceptional play here from both of them, just trying to find their openings. And speaking of an openings, he manages to get that R1 on him, but no Vortex, so Value's very much still in this.
Oh, and he gets hit by the R1 in neutral! And that's going to be Value up 1-0.
This is the yes Blimpo. This is a bone-9 again because Fury was in the losers bracket and his win was a reset. But yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Really, really solid play there. There we go. Damn. And much more confident play. Much more confident play there on behalf of Value that round. But we'll see how Fury adapts. He has to throw him off.
Yeah. Now, Enda, when you're talking about the more confident play by Value, what exactly do you mean by that? Could you jump into a little more detail?
So basically what he's doing is his movement is an awful lot more fluid. His rolls are an awful lot more confident. He's not rolling every time. He's getting better punishes. He's believing and he's starting to believe in his spacing again, which he was thrown off there for a long time. Just more. What I want to happen is happening. I'm able to take a true, I'm able to punish what I want to punish, as opposed to before where he was missing opportunities because he was more worried about getting Vortex by CS, which is a legitimate concern. Let's not beat around the bush here.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, it really is, like you mentioned, he's able to just kind of believe in himself with that spacing, and it allows him to really aggress this. And again, we're talking about Sword and Board aggressing a curve sword and doing it extremely well. So that again is just hats off to Value Sword and Board, and by all means hats off to Fury's curve sword as well.
Yeah, this is a really, really solid setup. Two players playing their best. I'm genuinely impressed, and I'm going to be equally as impressed in this round. All going well. So a 3, a 2, a 1. Dance.
And there it is there. We're going to see the buffs coming out from each player respectively. Fury, again, just immediately going for that running attack. Forces a little bit of chip damage through Value's shield there, but Value able to react to it quite well. Value trying to find a way behind him, and he's going to be a running attack of his own. Trying to find that pressure in. Again, just playing really, really confident with this aggression and not allowing Fury to find the times to whiff the punish here. And we're going to see him coming forward here, trying to find another R1, and Value able to keep that pressure back and kind of keep him moving back. And here comes the Wiggles. He almost finds the roll catch, but Value able to kind of queue up a double roll and get away in time. And now we're going to see this another R1 coming out. Value spaces that out with absolutely no issue. He kind of hesitated there a little bit. Perhaps he wasn't sure if it was going to hit him or not. But again, that's some extremely tight spacing that we see Value pull off there. And now we're seeing Fury trying to find a way to aggress this Sword and Board and just kind of walking forward and again forcing Value to R1 at him there and Value nearly landing those. So Fury trying to space around and keep that pressure forward, kind of zoning in and out this little dance that we see coming back and forth of each player. And now we're going to see Value trying to find a way around, sets up for a backswing, but Fury able to get away in time. The running attack comes in, forcing Fury to roll there. And now Fury's trying to find a way forward here. Value trying to kind of way to aggress this, ends up walking back a little bit, but the backswing comes in. 154 damage, goes in for the running attack and able to land it. Feints in and kind of backs up a little bit, able to block that attack coming in, but there's the roll catch. Actually, Fury unable to land that as Value is able to just roll around it. We see the ring spots coming out from each respective player. Excellent positioning from Value. Just immediately put Fury back in the corner, but same thing from Fury there, just immediately walk out of it before that pressure comes in. There's a backswing for another 154 damage, comes in from Value onto Fury, and Fury now forced back in this corner again and trying to work his way out. out here, and you see the R1s coming in behind, these feints coming in of each player walking in and walking forward. There's a running attack from Value, 167 damage. Fury tries to counter it with a running attack of his own. Value able to get away, and here comes the trade. Actually going to be completely in favor of Fury here, and Value not to back up. He goes right back into his face and tries to manage it here and just throws these R1s out.
It feels
again, it's a huge back and forth. Speaking of back and forth, damn, he nearly took some serious damage there in the corner. But it's like he's walking into him. Fury's punishing Value's aggression so heavily here. Like most of the attacks here is that Value just gets too close up into his face. And of course the curved sword has priority. Well, not priority. It has frame advantage, but it's just a quicker weapon. Value can't keep pressuring him like this. He's gonna pay for it so badly.
Yeah, and again, we see these trades coming out, the backswing trades with Fury there, but Fury's able to try to keep that pressure forward. Value, again, this roll discipline really makes it hard for Fury to keep this pressure because all Value has to do is roll one of those R1s, and it's kind of back to neutral here. The R1 comes out from Fury, though. Each player about even in terms of health here, but Value trying to find a way to keep this pressure forward. Able to block it out and unable to get the punish, though, as Fury actually tries to punish that, and Value able to get away. So now Value in the corner himself, and Fury's trying to keep that pressure forward, but Value able to get out and really good positioning by Fury to just not allow him to take control of that middle map. Just by walking over and putting his pressure there, keeps it there. Goes for the backswing, unable to land it, and then goes for the trade. Actually lands it before the trade comes through. Excellent timing by Value there to keep the pressure forward, and now Fury's kind of on the back foot in terms of health here, but he still has that curve sword and still kind of dancing around the middle of this map, not letting Value get that freedom. He's actually baits out the backstab. Value goes for it and gets punished by the curve sword, and we're gonna see the whiff punish just coming through there, and the backswing comes through off curve sword. Value just walks right back up into his face, though. He's not afraid. There's the backswing comes through, almost lands another one, 193 damage on that, and just immediately levels it back out, possibly looking to find a way to hit the expo here, and that's really going to put him in a situation where Fury's trying to manage this the best he can. Fury does not want to drop another round here. He wants to get back up on the board, and now Value's trying to find these R1s. There's the backswing to catch it, unable to find the roll catch, and now each player extremely low. There's the shivs coming out now. The shield comes out from Fury. He does not want to get caught by this, and there's going to be an R1 possibly coming out, trying to keep the pressure of Value. Value able to, again, calm the nerves, reaction roll out of it, and be completely fine, and these shivs really coming in, baits it into an R1 behind him, trying to get Fury to run in and trade with something here, as he just needs a little bit of damage, and there's going to be the R1 trying to find it. Backswing doesn't quite land. The R1 comes through again. Really good spacing by Fury to not force a roll there and just kind of hang out. With that little health to just space that well really shows a lot of confidence, and he's able to get a little bit more chip through that Church Guardian shiv. Value just really trying to finish this off with those shivs here. Does not want to drop this round. He wants to win this one out, and there's the R1 there from Value, and that's going to be 2-0 in favor of Value.
Damn, let's hope this isn't a return to what happened last round for poor Value here. He had a damn, this could go the full 9 again, remember.
It really
this could very easily go the full 9, and man.
I think Enda has more nerves than the players right now.
Honest to goodness, I'm actually on the edge of I'm fucking sweating, dude. I'm sweating right now.
Yeah,
oh
this is quite the match that we get the pleasure of watching here. It's really good play from both sides. We see excellent spacing comes out, and even I'd like to just point out again, Fury had like 13 health. And he didn't, Value wasn't forcing a roll. Fury just spaced it out and went for whiff punish. Like, with that low health, that one little bit of a lingering hitbox would just kill him, but he just trusts himself enough and he knows he can space it that he just hangs out and goes for that punish. So, really good play on both sides. Value just able to clutch that one out, and that's, again, going to put us in a 2-0 in this best of 9. So, still needing 3 more wins is the side of Value, but still needing 5 more wins is the side of Fury.
Yeah, this is kind of nuts, not gonna lie. Oh man, I'm curious now as to what the story is now in this next round. I mean, yeah, you're right. I do have more nerves than the players.
And exposed for being a nervous wreck. Hey, it's okay, man. It's okay, man. It's all right. But it looks like everybody's here and ready to go. So I'll give you a bit to calm those nerves throughout this next match.
Okay, let's see what happens in a 3 and a 2 and a 1, and let's dance, gamers.
All right, and there's the bomb in. Each player, again, with their respective buff, trying to push forward. This time, Fury taking the aggressive, finds 2 R1s, 412 damage, pushed down to Value, finds a running attack to bait out the trade from Value there. Value unable to find too much, and then a trade comes in from Fury. So Fury playing really, really aggressive right now, knowing that Value wants this aggressive. Value wants to win. He's using that to just play really aggressive against Value and force him on the back foot. But actually, Value's going to find a little bit of damage, not quite leveled out yet, and Value's trying to find a way in. Fury going for a backstab, nearly lands it, but Value able to get out of it just in time. And now we see these R1s coming out. There's going to be a trade. Value forced to roll that. Again, he doesn't really have the health to be trading with this curved sword, but Fury's doing a really good job of forcing him into those trades. And there's going to be trying to strafe it out, pushes him in the corner, finds a backswing for 193 damage, and tries to go for it again, but Fury's there to punish. And now Fury's there again with the curved sword trying to pressure him. Value trying to find a way forward, and really good spacing comes out from Fury. Baits out the R1 and lands 2 more R1s, and now Value again is kind of in this super low health range where he can't really afford to take any more trades. He has to play right. There's the backswing, really, really good, relying on his fundamentals, knowing what backswings he can land there. And here comes the Expo to come in, trying to force a trade off of Fury there. But Fury's almost nearly lands the roll catch there, is able to force it, and here comes the Perseverance, forcing Value to just run away and wait this one out. And there's another pet of Perseverance there, trying to set up for the Purse trade. And here comes the R1. Value able to just kind of linger just outside of his space. You know, again, we talk about spacing on this level. It's you notice that each player is in each other's face the whole time, but yet not getting hit. But there's 2 more R1s coming out from Value. Value able to avoid anything from the Fury. Fury's trying to find a way in. Value is still just kind of throwing these R1s out, trying to bait Fury into doing something, and Fury playing very cautious now. If we send it a flip from that aggression he had in the beginning, now that he's taking some damage, he doesn't want to forfeit any more health unless he absolutely has to. Goes for a roll catch, unable to find it. Really, really good feints from Value to force that roll, force that R1 and get the roll back. But there's going to be the trade in favor. And does Value get out of this free? He does! Value able to just, the roll discipline again is on a completely different level. You know, 3 health, and he's able to just roll out this curved sword on reaction with the wiggle with no problem. Rolls out the running attack from Value as well. And there's going to be, Fury's going to take that into 1-2 and hopefully trying to level this back out.
It's really, this is really nuts. Like, again, like 1 or 2 mistakes can just snowball into an absolute catastrophe. Like for yourself, it's really, really rough. Like,
yeah.
Literally no idea. This could literally go either way.
100%. But
it seems to be the case. It seems to be the case that both, like, someone will get an advantage early on, and then it snowballs into them like throwing around. Unfortunately, that seems to be how the last few have gotten. It's been one side or another taking advantage earlier on and then steamrolling the rest of it. But
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is, you know, whether it's Fury hitting Value or Value hitting Fury right off of the beginning and getting that early advantage, the other player feels the need to level out the fight. And they just try to pressure it off of that. And like you said, the momentum, they get snowballs, and it just kind of keeps that. They keep playing for trades, and, you know, the other player forcing the other one to play for a trade, knowing that they're winning the health match. And again, it really just comes down to this mind game that they're playing with one another. And in each match we see go either way. I think you brought up an excellent point that it kind of just starts with one person getting a little bit aggressive and then snowballing from there.
Yeah, exactly. But we have Value's on his way. Fury is in on the same setup as he was.
I don't think we'll see any more setup changes for the rest of the match. I think the rest of the tournament. I think this is what we're going to see now moving forward. And it looks like Value is also on the way in.
Yeah, and that's the 2 of them in their corners, gentlemen. Whenever ye are ready. So, on a 3, on a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go.
And there's the bomb there. Again, Fury 1, Value 2, trying to find the pressure in. Fury able to try to get a quick R1. Value blocking that out. Fury throwing some R1s behind, trying to set Value up to whiff punish something and try to punish that. And again, these R1s come out from Value, really trying to push forward. The R1s coming out from Fury. Value able to just perfectly space those out. Actually lands a little bit of a roll catch. The roll poise does save Fury a little bit there, but that's still damage that he doesn't get back. Does try to swap a ring out, though, to forfeit that damage that he already took and get a little bit of a proc out of it. And there's the backswing comes in from Value. The absolute mind games that these players are playing is really on another level. It's just a matter of trying to bait things up, and Value finds a little bit of a trade there and to wait it out with that backswing. But health is still relatively even at this point. Now the Perseverance is going to come out from Fury. Fury trying to use that Perseverance to help him aggress this, and there's going to be a trade. Backswing comes out, but it's going to be in favor of Fury because he's able to land. Again, that frame advantage comes out in favor of him, and let's see how Value is able to push this forward. Trying to find a backswing there perhaps, but Fury just walks up and takes the R1 for free. Value now forced to get out out of this corner and does just that. Again, the discipline is insane, and the spacing runs in, spaces it out, but unable to land anything off of that. So now we're going to see just trying to get this pressure forward. Fury forced to back up and walk away there. Value doing a really good job of just keeping that pressure forward. As soon as Fury makes a single mistake or misses a single attack, Value's there to keep that pressure moving forward. But now it's going to be Value walking into that curve sword. 412 damage comes out in favor of Fury. They're going to see now 386 damage comes onto Fury, and there's another backswing. So very close now in terms of health of these players. And Value with the spacing just walks around the attack.
That was absolutely incredible, but he's been punished for being so aggressive this time around. Really, really nasty damage coming in here. Again, Fury's not managing to get any like serious vortexes out of this. He's not able to roll catch. He's not able to keep up the pressure. If only the respect.
Oh, and there it is!
Value, but he puts him away.
Value tries to feint out and land a backswing there, but Fury's able to catch that and actually punish him before the the backswing comes out, and that's going to level it back out to 2-2.
This is insane.
How your nerves doing, Enda?
I have a little bit of the shakes, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know how this one is gonna go. Oh man, but I will be back in just a moment.
Sounds like a plan. No, it's all right. We gotta wait for them to get summoned in, anyways. But yeah, absolute. I mean, I just have no words to describe how well these players are playing right now. This is definitely Dark Souls at the highest level that I've witnessed. And I think it looks like we're getting a couple people trying to connect in.
Quarter-past-4, left the club tipsy.
All right. I'm going to take a peek at the challenge here just to give you guys another quick run through of what all these players have done. So starting in this round, we've gone through the slaughtering match to there and all the way through here to lead us to this very final match with Fury and Value. And currently, again, the score is sitting at a 2-2. And it looks like Value is now summoned in, and we should be just about ready to get this match 5 on the way.
Ready?
Is that a curved sword in Value's hand?
Is that a C? What? Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
This is surprising.
3, 2, 1. Alley.
All right, and a Rotten Brew mirror comes out. We'll see how well Value is able to keep this off. Value trying to find a way in with the curved sword here versus the curved sword of Fury. Fury definitely more known for his curved sword than Value is, but I think that's more in due to Value able to actually find the attack there. Continues throwing the R1s out, hoping that Fury's going to walk into them. A little bit over aggression, but Fury not able to punish it. Goes in for the R1. Fury there to try to punish. The R1 comes out from Fury. Value goes for the roll catch. Actually lands at 187 damage to chip through there, and the roll poise does save him a little bit, but still the damage is there, and the damage is permanent. And now Fury really trying to find a way to aggress this. Perhaps he's not used to seeing Value on curved sword, or maybe never has, but Value gonna still walk into the curved sword. Fury doing a really good job of that throughout this entire tournament. The running attack comes in from Value, trying to punish any little bit that he can with using the full arsenal here, really trying to find a way in with this, and each of these players just kind of dancing around one another the way that any curved sword mirror really goes. The R1's coming out, and that's gonna be in favor of Fury that time, and Value goes for an R1, and that's gonna lead to 824 damage in favor of Fury. Fury throws an R1 out, Value goes for the punish a little bit too late. The rolling attack comes out from Fury. There's a roll catch from Value. Value tries to chain it more, and there's going to be again, finds a backswing as well. 374 damage, and now Fury's trying to find a way in, forcing Value back, and there's a running attack into trade. That's going to be Fury in favor. Panic rolling out is Value, and he's going to get caught by one. Doesn't get caught by another. The running attack comes out, and now Value's the one putting the pressure forward. That's going to be almost it for Fury. Trying to find it down. Fury and almost 3 healthier. Value pulling out the Expo, trying to force the trade, and almost does it. The kick comes out from Fury, trying to find the damage here any way possible. There's a running attack coming out from Value here, and there's the chip. Value's going to take it at a 3-2.
Holy shit. Oh my lord. Value is actually just cracked.
Value curved sword main confirmed?
The secret
curved sword main?
He's been testing it in the Kaim dojo. Is that where it came from? Or?
Yeah, well, everybody was in the losers bracket. Value actually went and did a quick session with Kaim, and they did a curved sword mirror, you know.
Oh man, that was actually unbelievable. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it.
And you know, it's again, Value still has to get through 2 more very difficult matches to secure that victory. Fury, at least when Fury, when Fury left the community, I think he was probably the best curve sword player in North America and one of the best in the world. So again, we see Value come out, just showcase, showing that curve sword is really just about showcasing fundamentals. And again, such a fundamental player is using that curve sword. And even though he's not known for it, I'm sure he has time on it, and I'm sure he's quite good with it, as we saw here.
The fundamental play, it's pretty much sword and board, just quicker, right?
Right.
Because it's all about your fundamentals. You still need to go in there with your good positioning. You need your timings right, and it's interesting to note as well. Value clearly isn't as comfortable as he would be if he was on sword and board. He's still missing. He's still whiffing an awful lot more. He's not as comfy on it. But you know what? We'll see how this pans out in the next one.
And it actually looks like Value is going back to sword and board. So he wanted to get that buffer of a victory, and now he's playing sword and board again to try to, maybe clutch this out on his more known setup.
So on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, and LA.
And there's the bomb in. Again, the respective buffs from each player here. Fury running in, trying to find some damage. Value with the running attack off the Godhards there, trying to keep the pressure moving forward as we're going to see him coming in. The R1 comes out for the whiff punish from Fury. Value unable to keep that pressure, though, as Fury's walking right back up into him, forces an R1 behind for a dead angle, trying to set something up with Fury to walk into, and Fury's just a little bit too wise for that. Fury throwing out the R1s again. Excellent spacing comes out from Value. Value tries to find the roll catch, but again, Fury's there with the reaction, especially against something as slow as the Godhards. And we're going to see Fury trying to walk forward now, takes an R1. Value tries to land the backswing, unable to land it. The spacing comes out from Fury and lands 2 R1s for a total of 412 damage. And keeping this forward pressure now, as Value doing a really good job keeping Fury away. The block is forced on Value's side. Fury throws out the R1. Value forced to block it, but there's the R1s coming in. Goes for the backswing, unable to land it. Goes for it again, and it puts him in a position for Fury to actually punish Value, but Value able to see that and get away just in time. As now we're going to see the corner pressure coming out again. So real. Just the positioning that Value takes forces that corner pressure, and there's a backswing. Every little interaction they have, either Fury wins the trade or Value finds a backswing. So it's kind of a raffle at this point of what's actually going to happen in that interaction. And we see these R1s coming out from Value, and Fury trying to capitalize on Value, trying to bait him in. So not trying to fall for the bait, but use that to bait his own attacks. And let's see how they're able to keep this forward. Is they're going to walk up to one another. Again, the curve sword's going to throw an R1 out, and again, the roll discipline from Value is going to win that out and get away. There's an R1 from neutral to land. Goes for the backswing, unable to find it. Unable to land the backswing there, and there's going to be the damage now coming out from Fury. Fury finds 2 R1s, tries to keep it forward, goes for a backswing in that wall, but unable to actually land it. Value now trying to find this pressure forward, and Fury just kind of walking around the corners here. Again, I'm going to point out Value's positioning, really doing a good job of keeping that map up, and that's when Fury's going to walk up and try to take this damage. Forces a roll, unable to find the roll catch, though. See how they're able to keep this moving forward.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of a flow to these fights. Again, one of them was waiting for a whiff to clip him, and then they'll just keep on. It seems that Fury is getting an awful lot more value out of hitting Value, funnily enough, and it seems to be doing pretty good. That's why he's winning it. He's back on Gru.
Yeah, he has swapped over to Gru, and it's actually worked out for him. He's one of the last 2 altercations that they had in this little bit of a mirror. He was able to get him in the corner and find a little bit of a backswing, and then there's a running attack in from Fury to try to find the damage there. But there's the roll catch. The roll poise completely saves Fury. If that would have got him outside of roll poise, he would have been stuck in the corner against a curve sword, and it probably would have been the end of the round. But Value's trying to go for that now. Again, we see the excellent roll discipline now coming out on the side of Fury. The running attack comes in. That's going to be in favor of Fury. Goes for the roll catch and finds it, and that's going to be a 3-3. Fury leveling this out with Value.
Dude. Literally pulling out curve sword on a known curve sword main is bonkers. Absolutely. Just I'm beyond. If I wasn't nervous before, I certainly am now. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I think it's one of those things where it boils down when there's money on the line. It's a big tournament. You want to win, obviously. You're going to use the best weapon available. And in this rule set, you and I have talked about it. The best weapon available is Rotten Gru Sword. Rotten Gru Curve Sword. It just is. That's just the best weapon available. And of course, Value, known for his sword and board, probably still a little bit, better at sword and board in terms of understanding it than he is with Curve Sword. Curve Sword just being really, really good allows him to take that, obviously has time on it, obviously has used the weapon. I don't think any top tier player doesn't know how to play Curve Sword, and he's able to take that and just leverage any little bit he can to try to win this out. And it actually nearly worked for him. Again, a little bit of roll poise saved Fury from losing that match, and then Value just made a few mistakes on a few panic rolls that led to Fury winning that.
It
So again,
just
it goes to show the discipline that Fury has to not throw those R1s out. Does show that he knows a lot about Curved Sword. He spent a lot of time on the weapon, and he's probably one of the best in the world on it. But still, I still think Value taking Curved Sword to this is probably a smarter matchup than sticking on Sword and Board.
Yeah, it might be, but again, it's like that. He's doing so well. He's landing those backswings. He's suffering because I feel as though he wants to get close into pressure, but he's not taking advantage of Fury coming in and getting way too close and not swinging. But I understand it's just those frame advantages on the Curved Sword are just like going up against him. It's really rough.
And I think that's actually shows a lot of respect that Value has for Fury as a player. Because most of the time, I mean, let's be honest, if it was me in there and I walked forward, Value would just R1 me. But since he knows that, Fury plays at a level that's, on par with Value, he knows that he's not going to allow him to do that freely. So if he's going to find those, and he does find it here and there on the Sword and Board, he does find a few bits of damage here and there. But since he knows that, Fury is going to be there, that he knows that is something that can happen, and he's, very good reactions, is going to be able to get out of the way of that and possibly even read it and trade with it. It puts a lot more pressure on Value to try to not, Keep that forward. And it looks like we are going to see the Rotten Grew still coming out from Value. Again, I do think this is the right call.
It could be. I'm not sure, though. We'll just have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-3, isn't it? It's still 3-3.
It is a 3-3, and we're moving into our 7th match in this final best of 9.
Fury versus Value on a 3 and a 2 and a 1. LA.
And there's the bomb in. Again, the buffs coming out from players and into our neutral. So we don't see any immediate aggression coming out from either player. Value trying to run his way in and Fury trying to punish that. And we're going to see Fury kind of walking back into a corner here and Value just really holding down that map really, really good. Using that position to get forward. Tries to go for a prediction on where he's going to roll, but finds the whiff punish there. 2 R1s and goes for the running attack. Unable to keep the pressure forward now as Fury's kind of pushed up on the back here, trying to find some damage of his own. Really good spacing comes out from Value, but Fury's able to react to that and get out of the way of that whiff punish. And now Value's coming in. You see these little wiggles and the feints they're doing. These are, a lot of different feints of trying to set people up. So, whether or not that feint is selling anything, when they actually do an attack, it's a lot harder to see it. So really, really good smoke and mirrors that we see coming out from each player here, trying to find the damage forward. There's the wiggles and doesn't land the roll catch. So wriggling in the face of the Curved Sword, but we're going to see that trade coming out in favor of Fury. Value does a little bit of a panic, but Fury not able to capitalize on it, allowing Value to take the time to really breathe and get that reaction roll in. There's going to be the turn and burn coming in from there, and Value tries to go for the R1. Fury's able to read that and keep it going. So now we're going to see these players moving forward, and I think the health has switched back in favor of Fury, and Value not taking a guaranteed punish, instead trying to punish off of that. Waits until he gets in the corner to punish him and does find a couple R1s off of it. There's the R1 coming out from Fury there. Value trying to find the backswing on Fury's roll, unable to actually land it. Now Value trying to keep this pressure moving forward, trying to find a way to keep this. Again, we see Fury just running around the outside of the map until he finds that time to come in. They're really good baited out backswing on that Curved Sword to catch Value off guard. Value now trying to find the pressure in. There's going to be the whiff punish comes out. Really good block comes out for Value and a really good reaction roll to follow it. So probably saved his life was that block into a reaction roll. And now we're going to see him throw those R1s out. Goes for the trade, but Fury is just going to take that one pretty handedly. Fury's able to just kind of relax and play that match a little bit cleaner throughout, and that's going to lead to a 4-3 lead of Fury for our match point.
Fury, that was absolutely incredible. But again, I don't see Value use Curved Sword all that often.
Right.
And again, that comfort, again, that ease, that understanding of a setup means so much. Even if you don't end up taking the match, or you end up taking a little bit more damage, or you're not as confident against a particular setup, it's still sometimes safer. I don't know. I really don't know.
There's something to be said about comfort. And again, I would assume that when you get to this level of play, you have a lot of hours on pretty much every meta setup. So I'm sure Value, it looks like he is going to swap back to comfort though, and he is going to stick back on that Sword and Board. So hopefully this Sword and Board will allow him to switch this pressure back and forth. Again, it's just one of those things that Fury's Curved Sword is quite good. And even then, Curved Sword versus Sword and Board, Curved Sword isn't. Not that it's just going to walk over it, especially with Rotten Grew, but it's not an easy matchup on either end. So the fact that you have the best Sword and Board player in the world and one of the best Curved Sword players in the world really goes to show how tight these matches can be on these meta setups.
And again, this could be the one, so we'll just have to see. We might have an equalizer, or Fury will win. We will soon find out.
All right, match
Fury
points in our grand finals.
on a 3, on a 2, and a 1. Allez, gentlemen, allez.
All right, and there's that moving forward. Again, we're going to see the Sword and Board coming out from Value, the Rotten Brew coming out from Fury. Fury tries to find that R1, Value able to roll out that without a problem, goes in for the whiff punish, is the side of Fury. Value able to see that and get away, but now Value trying to use this zoning and try to find a way to get these pressure in, and there's going to be the whiff punish coming out from Fury. Really, really good read on that and gets the damage in. Again, that's 2 full swings for just over 400 damage. There's going to be a R1 comes out from Fury there. Value trying to find the way in, and Value really trying to keep this pressure moving forward and find a way into this, and Value's really, really doing a good job of spacing around it, but Fury's doing a good job of not walking into that aggression, and there it is. Forces that R1 and finds 2 R1s there, so we'll see if Fury's able to snowball this forward as they move forward. Value almost pushed back into a corner here, tries to find it out, goes for a dead angle, really shouldn't have, probably just sort of R1 there, but instead angles behind, and it allows him to get hit again. Value very low here, gets hit again, and there's going to be the poke. 206 damage. Value now forced to kind of find some damage here, goes for the backstab as the side of Fury, trying to close this one out. Fury gets the ring swamp. Value tries to go in for the backswing, unable to land it, keeps throwing them out, and he actually gets into walk and do it again. Low stamina, decides not to go for the backswing and a reaction to roll that curve sword. Value now in the corner, goes for the damage there and not able to get whiff punished, goes for the backswing, not able to find it, and now Fury really trying to find a finish this way out. Value throws the R1 out, unable to find it. Fury's so close to winning this out, the nerves have to be through the roof, goes for the whiff punish, unable to find it. There's the backswing coming out from Value. Value just trying to chip this back slowly to find these backswings and get through. Doesn't go for the backswing there, does find the R1, goes for the stagger into the backswing, unable to land it. Fury now trying to finish this one out. Value forced to roll that, and there's the R1s, goes for it again, and Fury's just slowly dropping down to the damage of this Sword and Board. Value playing extremely careful here, trying to keep this pressure moving forward is the side of Fury. Fury doing a good job of just trying to keep Value back, and now it's trying to force Value to come to him. And that might be the decision maker that we see here that switches this one around, is Values might be forced to make the plays, and that's going to allow this curve sword to whiff punish, which is so well at doing. And now Fury trying to find that way in, walking towards Value. Value not taking the bait and not wanting to give up this last little bit of life that he has here. We're going to see Fury trying to find this damage, goes for the R1, Value able to roll it out without an issue, goes for the dangle behind and able to find it, still throwing these feints out, trying to manage that stamina so when he does get him in the corner, he can punish it. And there's the corner right there. Fury almost walks into it, perhaps to try to set something up, and now Fury almost not R1ing, doesn't want to take this gamble, and there's going to be Value coming in, tries to find the punish, unable to land it, goes for it again, unable to land it, and there's going to be the trade, comes through for the backswing, 193 damage. Value really trying to pull this one back, and here it is. He's going to go for the R1, unable to land that. They're keeping moving forward here. Value throwing out these R1s just one after another, not letting Fury get in range with that Rotten Brew. Value playing this extremely well. Oh, the spacing into a reaction, extremely good. Goes for the running attack, unable to find it. Tries to go a quick little feint there, but Fury able to see that. Goes to the dead angle behind, and Fury trying to punish that. But there comes Fury, able to miss the punish there, and Value spaces it out perfectly and moves forward. Fury now throwing these wiggles out, really trying to set this up, and there's going to be, and that's going to be the trade. Fury is going to do it. Our 2022 North American champion, Fury X, winning out in the 5-3 in this best of 9.
Absolutely freaking incredible. Running on fumes. Still holding his own, but not good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Fury takes the win. My God.
What a turn of events. I mean, we see Value nearly sweep him in the best of 5 in the semis. Pushes Fury in the losers. Fury gets through a 5-4 best of 9 in those first set of finals. That, you know, pushes this next matchup, and then Value just can't clutch it out in the way that Fury does. I think, again, this is, you talk about the experience that these players have in handling these nerves and everything else. It just really, really shows. You know, Fury's won a lot of tournaments, and he's able to just kind of calm down a little bit and find those bits of damage where he needs.
So imagine taking a break for ages and then just like coming in, beating up a bunch of kids and going, ugh, and then heading off again. God damn it. Actually, god damn it. That was truly incredible. And Value as well. Like, your play there, especially at the end. I know you didn't pull through, but that was really, really solid. Honest to goodness. Very... I think an interview is needed.
I think an interview is needed if both contestants.
What do we want to do first?
I think yeah, we'll drag Value in, and then we'll get Fury after that.
All right. Valley, if you could move in the general, so I could in the NA court, so I can move you in.
Oh damn.
That dude. Unbelievable. There's never, albeit you've hosted the most insane tournament here. There's never been a comeback like this ever, I think.
I don't know. I wasn't the sole person that hosted this. That is for certain. There was a lot that went in on a lot of different players, and I gotta say.
Just commented shaking. Let's get Value in here. What's up, Value?
Hello, Value.
On $180, I believe.
Yeah, congratulations on your second place finish. And I gotta say, man, your ability to play throughout this entire tournament, I'm sure has motivated a lot of people to pick up Sword and Board. I know you didn't quite pull through at the end, but how do you feel about that whole tournament?
Yeah, man. It was fun, man. I'm happy with how I played. I'm just glad I didn't lose like round 3, honestly. My tourney nerves are so bad.
I can imagine, dude. I can imagine. My heart was in my throat for some of those last matches there. I don't even want to know how you were feeling, dude. Holy shit. Damn. You played your ass off, though.
Yeah,
goodness,
without a doubt.
Best play.
And I will even say, even the Curve Sword play that we did see you swap to Rotten Grew a little bit, and you played Curve Sword extremely well. I mean, I think everybody here can agree that Fury is probably one of the best Curve Sword players in the world. So to come out on a Curve Sword mirror and do as well as you did in that particular mirror for those matches, you picked up a couple of them, you dropped one. That is definitely something, it really just goes to show the fundamentals that you have in this game. Something I want to ask you for those people in chat that maybe see the way you play Sword and Board and are like, man, this is next level stuff. What do you do on Sword and Board? What allows you to get those back swings? What really, the time that you've spent in Sword and Board, what have you learned to really become the master in Sword and Board that you are?
You want me to spoil my secrets?
If you don't have to, if you don't want to, that's okay.
Oh, Grim got it right on the dot. I run this game at 62 FPS. And yeah, that's basically it. Honestly, you just literally load this game up at 62 FPS and you instantly start winning.
There we go.
It's kind of free.
Very good.
Your spacing game, I think Fury X did win, but like your spacing game is just on like the footsies you do. I don't think I've ever seen any footsies as good as it. It's insane.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I certainly enjoyed it. I'm glad that Fury actually came to this tournament, bro.
Yeah, me as well.
Of course, isn't it? Because you're the
We're
one
all
who wanted to come in, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome.
Right, man.
Awesome. Well, yeah, again, congratulations, Value. Just hit me up with your PayPal. We'll make sure you get that prize for winning second place. Again, you managed to make it all the way here without actually dipping into the losers bracket. So, there's something to be said about that, and you played exceptionally well.
Some of the best Dark Souls 3 duels I've ever seen. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That was mind-blowing. I don't know how you do it, guys. It's nuts. Hats off to you, Value. Thank you so much for joining
thanks
and
for
being part
hosting
of
the
this.
tournament.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
Very fun. I hope right before Elden Ring drops, we can have a little bit more tourney action, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we'll do one last one. I'll certainly put money up for one last one.
There we go.
100 value. And if Fury's retiring, so hopefully you race.
All right. But yeah, again, congratulations, Value. You played exceptionally well. Is Fury around? We could possibly see if we can drag him in. Perfect.
Fury, join General 1.
And we'll drag in Bud. It'd be a pleasure to talk to you, dude.
He said to give me a second, so I think.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh.
Someone drag him.
All right, Value. Thank you for your service. All right. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, you played very well.
And Fury, the winner, the North American champion.
Hello.
How does it feel, man?
It feels pretty good. That was insane.
You know, you retire. How long had you not been playing for after coming back?
I think like 7 months, but to be fair, I did like play before a little bit to like practice for the tourney.
Right.
Hold on, LB, can you turn Fury up?
I just turned him all the way up. Yep.
Right.
Held you.
Yeah.
Damn. And was it like selective people you were dealing with in the interim, or does it just like boot up the game, see who's playing in?
Yeah, I just boot up the game, see who's playing. Usually it was like Value, Smoke, just whoever's on.
Sure.
But I want to give a shout out to Value though, because when he beat me in that BO5, I was like, it's over. I'm not winning this. So I wanted to give up. So I will say.
So glad you brought it back. He's the one who brought you into the tournament. I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that he was begging you to join this tournament. He really wanted you.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have if he didn't tell me to join, but.
So this is like the friendliest rivalry, like the classic rivalry between Straight Sword and Curved Sword. This might be the new big, thing everyone talks about, because everyone used to talk about you versus Grim, but this might be the new one. I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm retiring, so.
No, come back.
This is a good time. This is like the most. I've never seen a come back from losers to do this in any tournament ever.
Yeah,
I think this is my second time. I did it at the last one as well. I did 2 BO9s against Z.
Oh wow.
So many hearts you've broken, my god.
I gotta say, real quick here, Fury. I mean, definitely in terms of fundamentals, there's not too many players I've had the joy to watch that have fundamentals as good as yours. The ability to just kind of dance around some of those attacks, and your reactions are insanely good. The biggest thing that I noticed, I think, was just your ability to handle nerves. I think in a couple of those matches where you got the upper hand on Value, was he got a little too aggressive. Obviously, nerves were playing a role, and you stayed extremely calm, extremely collective, and just came through to punish that. Having played in a lot of tournaments, I'm sure you kind of learned that over time, but I guess how do you manage to get those nerves under control as well as you do?
Actually, I will say my nerves aren't the best, but like sometimes my heart would like randomly start beating really fast mid-match, and that's usually when I start messing up. But I guess it's just like experience. I don't really know how. I don't think my nerves are that great, but yeah, it's just probably experience and being used to the game.
Sure.
Well, you definitely had my heart in fucking fits anyway.
And almost had a heart attack. He had more nerves than anybody playing, I think.
I think I needed to lie down after that. My god.
Great commentary, by the way, guys.
Awesome.
Really nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, it was super fun to get you back. I'll be honest. As soon as I said I was going to be your tournament, I messaged Value like 6 times each day and told him to invite you because I knew that if I invited you, you wouldn't join. But I thought Value, maybe you would. So I did. I was definitely harping on Value to get him to get you in here, and I'm glad that you joined. It was a lot of fun. It was good to see. It's good to see older players come back to the community. I certainly hope whether or not you play any more Dark Souls, I certainly hope we see you in Elden Ring. As I know Enda and myself and probably Zonik and Tommy and all them will be doing a lot of stuff in Elden Ring once things kind of get figured out in the game. And so I'll definitely, if you play the game, we'll be glad to have you in any of those.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm on the Tekken grind, but I might play.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the Tekken grind. Have you won any Tekken tournaments yet?
No. That game is way too complex for that to happen so quickly.
For sure. Yeah. But awesome, yeah, man. Just DM me your PayPal. We'll take care of all that. And again, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining. And any last words?
Yeah, thank you for the tournament. It was fun.
Awesome.
And shout out to Value again. That was crazy.
And before you go, I just want to say I hope that our commentary did you justice. That was incredible to watch, and I'm honored to finally, number 1, met you, and number 2, watched you fight. So, take care, Fury.
Number 1 on the tier list.
I'm sure the commentary was great.
Awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. I know, and is also he's usually my go-to guy. He's quite good with the in-depth look at what's actually happening. So I got to give him credit where that's due.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was pretty nice. But yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining. Congratulations, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in more events in the future. Any other interviews that we wanna take a look at?
Was in VC for a little bit. I think he wanted to ask Fury for a BO9. I think he's a little mad, but he's streaming now. I'm not gonna give it to him. So, yeah. I mean, we could get like Hack or someone in here, but I don't think so. I think we're good to end.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's good for me anyway.
Awesome. Well,
no. Actually, I think I'll have to play this on before. I actually think we need to interview you, LBU, because you're the one who had this idea and you brought it to me. You always say it's a group effort, but you brought this idea to me, and I just want you to tell us all how happy are you? Is this like way above, way below your expectations?
No, this is. I'll be honest. This has definitely been the most fun I've had in the game in a long time. I really do enjoy the kind of the interaction you get with tournaments. You get to see a lot of really good play, and as much as I might think certain levels of my ability, sometimes it's nice to be able to showcase what other people are able to do at a much higher level than what I'm able to do. And, you know, I just do my best to try to make that come to life. So when I try to put a tournament together, it's more of like, you know, there hasn't been a lot of tournaments, or maybe there wasn't a lot of really hype ones recently, and I want to make that happen. So, and honestly, the man I hit up is Zonic, and I know you wanted to interview me, but I'm going to be that guy and flip it right around. You're without a doubt the best tournament organizer I've had the pleasure of working with. This tournament, by the way, we weren't affected by the tourney curse. Now that it's over, I can say that. Nothing bad happened. We had one set of rule breaking, which we addressed immediately, and it was fine, and everything else was pretty swimmingly. I don't know exactly how the losers bracket did, but given the time they finished, I think we kind of avoided that little bit of a curse that every tournament has, where maybe people aren't showing up or maybe there's issues, but everything kind of came together for this one. And yeah, we definitely did a lot on the back end Zonic and you and I definitely did a lot in the back end, and getting to meet with Tommy and Kevin and get everything set up there, and helping Enda helping me with all that stuff as well. It definitely helped to not have those issues, but again, I mean, just your ability to kind of control the tournament and not have those long waits for people to get in and out definitely helped a lot. So thank you again for being the tournament organizer that you are, my man.
Oh, we can't forget you, Edna, and we can't forget Tommy, and we can't forget Clevin, and we can't forget Prawn. You guys might not know, but Prawn was summoning the people in for the losers brackets. And I think Time and all of your other mods need a shout out, because chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was definitely some time where chat was having issues, and you guys did a phenomenal job keeping that. I basically can't look at chat when I'm doing a tournament. Like I don't have the time to, and frankly, with all the copy pastas and stuff that happen, I don't really care to. I'm more focused on like actually putting on the event and putting on the show. So I really do kind of lean into my mods a lot when that happens, and I think that's true of any, you know, organizer or event host when that happens. So you guys did a really good job. I appreciate that. Just make sure you go through and unban all the people that you banned for just copy pastas, so that, you know, they don't have to deal with all that. But yeah, everybody played super, super well. I don't think I saw a match that really felt like a player was playing poorly or bad. We had such a high level of skill throughout this whole tournament that I was really happy everybody wanted to play. I mean, yeah, if you throw enough money at it, you'll get anybody. But outside of that, like, a lot of people was really excited for the tournament, and it was quite a lot of fun.
You guys played an absolute blinder. And Zonic, Prawn. Sorry?
I was going to say, if you could do me a favor and link your challenge.
I was just about to say, there's another tournament.
This one was NA. And I'll let Enda describe that one.
Hang on a second. We are doing the last hurrah in EU. I was going to say plus Russia, but it's EU plus Whitnick. I think it's fair to say at this stage. I'll throw that into chat if you don't mind. There we go.
Please do.
Yes, EU. It's more or less an invitational. However, if you are interested, just hit me up. I'm still waiting on a few people to get back to me. And yeah, it's going to be pretty much this. It's going to be Old Wolf. The players kind of wanted Old Wolf as opposed to here.
Sure.
So I think Simits. Sorry.
This was controversial. So we got this arena. Grim was so against Old Wolf. He kind of came out and he asked Sleep to find an arena. I believe is what happened.
And Sleep showed him, yeah.
So me and LB really liked this arena, but there was a lot of controversy. So we actually put this up to a poll in the contestants, and unbelievably, it won by one vote. It was that controversial. So
yeah, I think what players realized in this particular tournament at this arena is that arena boundaries are important, but like, at the end of the day, there's corners. It's a square or a rectangle. It's an arena. Yeah, you can find issues on either one. But what's important is that I think everybody liked the arena and had fun with it. And it really, like I said, there was quite a lot that I enjoyed by doing it in this arena. It kind of gave a different look to it. I like the arena. I like fighting in it. I think it's more fun to fight in, but it's probably just like the new toy effect, where like it's the new one, so it's fun to play with.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's hard to know. It's really, really hard to know how much of a difference the arena actually made in the wind-up. I personally feel as though, like, yeah, Shiroi has just said it in chat, it's like a lot more engaging fights. It was an awful lot more active. There was an awful lot more aggression. Now, maybe that's because the NA crowd play a little bit differently. I can't tell.
Sure.
But I think it's good. I think that it's pretty good, to be honest with you. It's a shame the EU players don't really want to play here. But if I can convince them in the meantime, we may end up hosting that one here.
It's all good. Both arenas are really nice. They're just different.
Different, and good for different reasons as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully, we have good arenas in Elden Ring. That's the big takeaway.
Hopefully there's more arenas that have a little bit more, you know, we can pick different polls.
Alright, I'm gonna let you guys decide who we're raiding. We can either raid Grim, or out of spite of Grim, we can raid G9. So I'll let you guys figure that out.
Right now?
I'll let chat vote on that, on who we're gonna raid. But
oh, we're tit for tat at the moment. Me oh my. Bit of love for Grim going on. Oh no, we're tied.
Oh, back to Grim.
Grim slips ahead. No, they're tied again.
Oh my gosh. Back to Grim.
Oh, Grim.
Back to tie. Oh, G9. G9's favor. Oh, I think it's over for Grim.
Why would you not raid the third place player?
It's more of as an annoyance to Grim. Grim and I, I'd like to think that Grim and I are pretty decent friends. So
he's slipping ahead. Oh dear. See you, Lupine.
Grim might be coming back.
Yeah, it's almost back to even now. Man, this is almost more fun than that last match to watch how
My
this plays
hair,
out.
after what happened earlier on, I can't deal with it. Okay, I'm just not looking. Man. But yeah, no, seriously, to all the TOs and to all the mods and everything, all the staff you had, LB, you played a blinder, literally.
Again, I'm merely just a face and a voice in a lot of this. Like, yeah, there's things that go on in the background and whatnot, but I gotta say, you know, again, the staff did a lot. I'm super thankful for Zonic to just come out and be the excellent tournament organizer that he is. Prawn did a really good job filling that role in the losers bracket. Kevin and Tommy put on a show in the Kevin and Tommy way, and we love them for it. So it's worked out.
We'd have them
it's
no
worked
other
out
way.
quite well. The fact that G9 is actually winning over this is pretty funny.
It's kind of telling, really, isn't it?
Pushed around in his jungle, but if he doesn't get pushed
And
around.
G
And
wins.
G9
Apparently,
wins.
we're raiding into G.
I think I am gonna raid Grim. I just wanted to see if people would win or not. But it's funny that G won. I'm sorry that I have to break this. I have to raid Grim. Look, Grim's a good friend of mine, and Grim was in the tournament. Okay, Grim was in the tournament. So so we're gonna go ahead and raid Grim. And look, nobody wasted channel points. Okay, gonna report this channel. Look, all right, you know what? Fine. If you guys want it, we'll raid G. I don't mind.
Oh my god.
No.
There we go. It's set in final. It's already done. We're raiding G9. So again, thanks a lot, guys. Send some love to G9. Again, if you just want to learn how to invade better and win invasions, G9's an excellent person to watch for that. So
Definitely don't watch Grim for that.
Hey,
you know, I might have enough
PC
points
at
to
40.
make. I might have enough points to make Grim do invasions. So I'm gonna hang out in G's for a little bit, but I'll probably be hanging out in Grim's stream as well. But I'll catch you guys around again. Thank you. So there was a bunch of follows, a bunch of subs, a bunch of raids. I couldn't keep track of it all, and I can just scroll through lists and lists of stuff. So again, thank you so much for everybody for the support that you've given us. We really want to continue, you know, getting the tournament hype moving forward into Elden Ring, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And the very last thing that I want to mention as we go into this raid. And I think we're good now. I think we're raiding.
Oh me, oh my.
Are we done?
Yeah,
Wow.
we're done.
What an incredible job, Luke.
Oh.